Welcome back to the GSMC Baseball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Sam Menzie, and we are going into our third segment here, which is going to be talking about we're going to be talking about our third segment of the Power Rankings here for Friday, which is going to be numbers 21 to 30. So, let's get into it. We just, of course, did numbers 10. We just did numbers 10 to 20 the last segment, and then the first segment we, of course, did 1 to 9. So we're in the last portion of it, 21 to 30. Even though this is the lower half, there are still some good teams here. I would like to say the teams 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25, I still think are good teams. It's just there's a lot of good, not great teams in the MLB this year. And I think after 25 is where it starts to get bad teams. But I still think 21 to 25 are still good, solid teams. So, first off, at number 21, we have from the NL Central, the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals are a very, very interesting team, who I did end up talking about rather recently in my Mason Woods segment. So if you want to hear more about that, go ahead. But it's on the channel, GSMC Baseball Podcast, the playlist, if you look on the channel. But, the Cardinals are a very interesting team to think about this year. They have a lot of talented players on offense, but no one's really been able to put it together. And the pitching staff, where they don't really have the best of players. I mean, they have Kyle Gibson and Lance Lynn throwing consistent innings. They've been pretty good. So I don't really know what to think about them. Still a very good team, still very solid. But, I think the offense has to put it together more if they do want to be competitive. And, hopefully that's what ends up happening. I don't think Lance Lynn and Kyle Gibson are going to continue to have these type of performances. But, hey. Look, if you can even get one or two more of your guys playing up to their standard with how Mason Wynn is playing, with how Wilson Contreras is playing, it'd be very, very good. I mean, you need Goldschmidt to perform well. You even need Arenado to perform better, and he's not even doing that bad. So just, hoping that happens. I think the pitching staff eventually is going to regress. But the bullpen is really fantastic. I mean, Jojo Romero, Andrew Kitteridge, Ryan Helsley, Ryan Thompson, a lot of talented arms there. So that's at least positive. Still a lot of talented players on this Cardinals team, but just need to do more. We'll be talking about them in the fourth segment as well, so stick around for that. But going to number 22 team here, we have the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers are a very perplexing team. I did not expect them to be 6 games below 500. And I still think there's a ton of talented players on this team. I mean, right now they have the AL Cy Young favorite on their team in Tarek Skubal. They have some other great pitchers as well, like Jack Flaherty, who's going to be a big addition for some team at the trade deadline. So, they've just been very disappointing. I thought this would finally be the year that they would break out. I like the moves they made in the offseason with Mark Canha, Jack Flaherty, Kenta Maeda. I thought they were good moves, but really it's just been their own players not performing well. Spencer Torkelson, Parker Meadows have done pretty bad, both of them this year. Colt Keith has not done great either. Riley Green's been a monster, but other than that, they've not performed well. So I think if those guys really performed up to their standards, they would have been much, much better. But unfortunately for them, they didn't, and the Tigers now are stuck in kind of just purgatory, and will probably end up selling at the deadline again. And have them here at number 22. Still a very talented team. They could potentially pick it up before the trade deadline, but you only got a month, and they haven't been that great. Number 23, I have a big surprising team, the Washington Nationals. Now, I debated having them higher, but I thought that they just didn't have the talent for it, which is still true. I really like this pitching staff, which I did not expect to stay at the start of the season. I think there are a lot of good, talented young pitchers here. Guys like a Jake Irvin, like a Mitchell Parker, Josiah Gray, even though he's hurt, is talented as well. So overall, I think that this Nationals team is very talented with the arms. And once the guys in your system come up, like a James Wood, like a Robert Hassel, like a Dylan Cruz, it should be very, very exciting for you. But right now, you even have some good players on the roster as well, like C.J. Abrams, who's done really fantastic. So a lot of talented players in this Nationals team. It's just about staying the course of your organization. Once your prospects come up, you'll be much, much better. And if I'm a Nationals fan, I'm definitely very excited about the future of this team, and very excited to see what is going to happen with them and what the future looks like with all these great players coming up through the farm system. At number 24, I have from the NL Central, the Cincinnati Reds. Now, the Reds are a team that I've said a few times in the show, it's just kind of not their year. I think there's so many talented players in this team. I really love what they have going for them, but just with all the injuries that have happened, it's really not their year. Next year, they're going to be great. I say that a lot, but I really believe with them. You had Novelli Marte get suspended for PEDs. You had Matt McClain get a real big injury at the start of the year, and he's out for most of the year. And, unfortunately, I think those two things really put a dagger in you. You had to have some backups come in. And then after some of the people in the pitching staff got hurt, like Frankie Montas, like Nick Lodolo, like Hunter Green, it really just killed you. And again, I still think there's a lot of talented players in this Reds team. I think they're going to be really, really great. I still think Ellie De La Cruz is a stud. But just unfortunately with all the injuries, it's just not your year. And hopefully you're looking at next year now as the year to really go all in. And if I'm a Reds fan, I'd be very, very excited about that. And I think that would be the year for you guys to do that. Number 25 here, I have the San Francisco Giants. Now, the Giants have so much talent. Just underperformance has really, really killed them this year. Jung-Hoo Lee out for the rest of the year. Jorge Soler been a big disappointment as that big power hitting bat as a DH really has not performed well. Blake Snell, of course, has been a disappointment. Robbie Ray and Alex Cobb not back yet. Offense, really, other than Patrick Bailey, is not that great. So, there's still a lot of talent here, and I wouldn't be surprised they end up making the playoffs. But just right now, with the underperformance that's going on, I really cannot have them high. And like I said, 25 is really the end of the teams that I think are good. So I still think the Giants are good, but they're the last part of the good teams, quote unquote, for me. But yeah, obviously the greatest player in their franchise history did pass away a few days ago, Willie Mays, of course. So maybe that'll light a fire under them, and maybe do it for Willie, which would be great. But I just don't know how this team is going to perform for the rest of the year. Again, so many talented players. It's just they have really not lived up to expectations so far. Next, at number 26, this is the start of the teams that are bad in my opinion. The team at 26, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, I'll just say it now, I think are bad, but I think after them at number 27, I think everyone else is a new level of bad. So 26 and 27 are bad, but again, I think after that it's a new level of bad. So the Angels here, they're bad. Mike Trout's off for the year. Shohei Ohtani is not here anymore. Anthony Rendon's a disaster, and I don't know what to say anymore. They're just bad. Angels are really bad. Not much to like about them. I thought that the young hitting core they had would end up showing some things this year, but they really haven't. And just not a lot to like right now if you're an Angels fan, unfortunately. Number 27, I have the AL West compadre of the Angels, the Oakland Athletics. The Athletics have some talented players like Brent Rooker, Mason Miller, but other than that, there's really no good players on this team. They're horrible. The organization is a disaster right now. They won't be the Oakland A's for much longer. They'll be the Sacramento A's and the Las Vegas A's, it seems like. So, not great right now if you're an A's fan. Mason Miller's great. Brent Rooker's really good, but Brent Rooker will be gone by the deadline, and Mason Miller might, but even so, you only see him pitch 1 or 2 innings a game every 2 days. So, since he's great, he has a level to being great. So, they're bad. They're really bad. The A's, we think we know this. They're not as bad as we all thought because of Mason Miller, but they're still here at number 27 here. Number 28, we have the Colorado Rockies. They have Ryan McMahon. He's good. Yay. Woo. It's kind of it for the Rockies. They're really bad, man. They're bad. They had some nice players come up. Ezekiel Tovar, Adel Amador should create exciting middle infield for the future. Jordan Beck, I like a lot. I think Zach Veen should be a good player whenever he comes up. But so there's at least some future there. But right now they're really bad. But at least they have some building blocks. Much better than what you say of the organization in the past. 29, we have the Miami Marlins. They're going to get worse and worse. They trade off more players during the deadline. Jesus Luzardo is going to go soon. Josh Bell is going to go soon. Jake Berger could go soon. Jazz Chisholm could go. Tanner Scott's a definite to go. So, overall, this Marlins team is bad. They are going to trade all the players that aren't bad, and they're going to be bad for a long time. Number 29. Number 30, I have the Chicago White Sox, who, of course, by every single metric, are the worst team in baseball, are awful. Any good player they have on their team is most likely not going to be a White Sox by August 1st. So, say goodbye to Garrett Crochet. Say bye potentially to Luis Robert. Say bye to Michael Kopech, Tommy Pham, all these good players. But yeah, they're horrible. One of the worst teams I've ever watched in my lifetime. They're just so bad. Not much going right for them right now. So that was the end of our power rankings here for Friday. This segment, if you're watching, was only 21 to 30. But overall, I did end up doing the whole league. So just go over it. We had number 1, Baltimore Orioles. Number 2, New York Yankees. Number 3, Philadelphia Phillies. Number 4, Cleveland Guardians. Number 5, Los Angeles Dodgers. Number 6, Kansas City Royals. Number 7, Milwaukee Brewers. Number 8, Atlanta Braves. Number 9, Seattle Mariners. Number 10, Minnesota Twins. Number 11, Boston Red Sox. Number 12, Arizona Diamondbacks. Number 13, New York Mets. Number 14, San Diego Padres. Number 15, Texas Rangers. Number 17, Houston Astros. Number 18, Pittsburgh Pirates. Number 19, Chicago Cubs. Number 20, Toronto Blue Jays. Number 21, St. Louis Cardinals. Number 22, Detroit Tigers. Number 23, Washington Nationals. Number 4, Cincinnati Reds. Number 25, San Francisco Giants. Number 26, Los Angeles Angels. Number 27, Oakland Athletics. Number 28, Colorado Rockies. Number 29, Miami Marlins. And number 30, Chicago White Sox. So yeah, those were my power rankings for today. We're moving into our 4th segment, which is going to be talking about the Rickwood game that happened yesterday in Rickwood, Alabama. Very important game, very powerful game. It was very exciting to watch as a fan. So yeah, we'll be talking about that, and we'll see you after the break. So thanks, and bye.